There has been a lot of hype about the upcoming server MCC Island, which is currently in the beta testing, and I feel incredibly grateful to be able to come onto the beta test server. This island is created by Noxcrew, who are the creators of the MCC event, a creator event where different creators will come together and play in different minigames. Now, the island currently includes 4 of the games found in the MCC event. Those would be To Get to the Other Side, Battle Box, Sky Battle, and Hole in the Wall. And the question I want to answer today is how the MCC Island experience compares to the MCC event. But without further ado, let's get into Hole in the Wall. Hole in the Wall is what it sounds like. There are holes in the wall and you have to get through. I believe this idea originated from a TV show, I'm not exactly sure, but now it is a Minecraft minigame. The map featured here seems to be the older version of Hole in the Wall from the MCC event. Nowadays, there is a map where there are 4 corner platforms you can also jump to, but this one features the original donut shape. Now, something I noticed right off is that not all of the players become invisible once you get into the game. They only become invisible when you are near them. Now, this is just me playing in solo queue. I don't have any friends that are on the beta test server, so I couldn't go into quads to test it out. In the MCC event, what usually happens is once the game starts, everyone will go invisible but your teammates. And here, that didn't happen. I didn't think it was that big of a deal at first, but it started to kind of get annoying when people had bigger props or like accessories, which I will say one big plus of this server is that you get to have a ton of those. A lot of other Minecraft servers don't tend to have a lot of accessories that are like usable. I mean, Hypixel does have like grappling hooks and different things like that, but I really like the idea of being able to customize your Minecraft avatar with accessories. But like, look here, this dude's got like a massive umbrella, and being in first person, it can make it hard to actually see what holes are in the walls that are coming. Now, a lot of people just go into F5 mode when playing Hole in the Wall, and I started to do that. It doesn't bother me that much, though for me personally, it makes it harder to jump over the walls, but it's not that big of a deal. Now, something I personally dealt with was a little bit of lag. This is a beta test server. I don't expect things to be perfect, and I also think that the server is based in the UK, I believe the MCC event is, so it wouldn't surprise me if the server was as well. Now, something I really did find interesting was that there were random events that would happen during the game. I think this is done to make the game on the server on MCC Island feel different than the MCC event, which is a cool idea, but I think it could be ironed out a bit because some of the times these events would grief me. Here you could see me getting griefed by this cobweb. I might have been able to jump over this wall but got stuck right as it spawned. And there are things like blazes and stuff where you could just randomly get kicked off of the platform, and it kind of makes it a little less fun. There were some cool additions though that I haven't ever seen in the event. There are walls that will come right back at you right after they've gone past, so a reversible wall, which isn't something we've seen and was something that actually caught me off guard and I had to start planning for. But overall, really nice experience. It's the smoothest hole in the wall experience I've ever had. There used to be a hole in the wall in Hypixel, but geez, that thing was laggy as heck. I mean, even the hole in the wall in the actual event has been notorious for being laggy, so honestly, not many complaints here. But like, geez man, why did you have to have that big umbrella? Like, it's a little over the top. Next up, I decided to play To Get to the Other Side, which was one of the ones I was the most excited for because I've been needing to like practice my speed bridging. Also, I forgot to mention with Hole in the Wall earlier that the way you queue into games is through a gaming kiosk, which I think is such a cool idea and I really like it. There's actually a wide variety of maps on To Get to the Other Side. Just like Hole in the Wall, there are random events that happen. Like they'll give you items, snowballs, or different things, but it's not to the same extent that Hole in the Wall was. Like, this is manageable. I can deal with this. Really, the only problem I ran into is that when I try to place the blocks in my offhand, it seemed like it had trouble registering the blocks being placed. I just took them out of my offhand, and then that seemed to fix it, and I like sent in a bug report about it, but that was the only thing that I found just mildly frustrating. But yeah, it plays just about the same as the actual MCC event. It's as you would think it is. You try to get to the other side, and instead of punching a fan, or like whack a fan, I think is how they say it, you punch a chicken. I mean, not much has changed there, but overall, I really enjoyed playing this. I'm so happy it's one of the games they have on the island right now. I would highly suggest playing it if you do get the chance. Next up was Battle Box, which was another one of the games that I had been really excited to play. Battle Box in the MCC event looks something like this. You have the teams of 4 going against 9 other teams in a small little arena. One at a time, I should add, so each team takes a turn going up against the 9 other teams. You get to choose a kit at the beginning of the round, and then it's just a PvP battle. It's whoever kills the other team first, or whoever can get their colored wool into the 3x3 space in the middle of the map, whichever one comes first. Except at first, it didn't seem like there were any kits, and I was really confused. I kept being given random kits, and I didn't know why, but I eventually found out that at the beginning of the round, you have to right-click the bow and, like, sword thing in your hotbar, and then that allows you to choose a kit. And depending on the map, there can be different kit options. Now, a difference I noticed immediately was the addition of harming bombs and blindness bombs. It's like you throw them and after a certain amount of time they'll go off. There's still harming potions that you can find on some of the maps. You can go to either side of the map, pick them up, and be able to use them in the fight. But the kits also include these timed bomb versions, and I think this is a really excellent example of how adding something new to the game to make it unique or different from the event is actually really well executed. In addition to this, there are also sparks, which usually give you speed or invisibility if you get the trickster kit, and these are just speed or invisibility potions that last for about 2 to 3 seconds. Besides that, it plays just as normal. You try and PvP your way to victory, or you can rush to put, in this case, your team's concrete into the middle. Again, I had to solo queue for this. I would highly suggest queuing up for quads if you are able to, because communicating with your team would definitely make this game, I wouldn't say more enjoyable, but there's a lot more you can do with it if you're able to talk with your team. Also, something I forgot to mention, rather than going up against 9 other teams, you end up going against only 3 others, which helps the games go by faster, and I think is just the perfect amount of time for each round. I meant to say each game. And last but not least, that leaves Sky Battle. Now, the Sky Battle queue times do take a little bit longer, but that's because this is a 32-player game, where some of the others are more like 20 players, so it just takes more time to get more players into each game. But Sky Battle is basically the Battle Royale version of Battle Box. Everybody is on this big map in the sky. You have to bridge from island to island. All the while, there is a storm moving inward, so you have to move into the center of the map where you'll be forced to fight all the other teams. Kills usually give you a lot of coins in this game, so it is within your best interest to go around and try to kill all the other teams as soon as possible. Honestly, my only problem with Sky Battle is just the fact that I'm not good at PvP. It's something I need to work on. As far as functioning, I actually really liked it. Something cool they did was have 4 chests right at the beginning that you can grab, and it's in such a way that you kind of all just choose your own chest and kind of agree that, like, yeah, I'll get this chest, you get that chest, which is such a good thing to do when you're playing solo queue. I really appreciated how easy it was to communicate without communicating. But yes, this red barn map, I'm not sure I've seen it in the actual MCC event, maybe in the really early days when I wasn't watching, but a unique map. I like it. There's plenty of places to bridge to and to get items from. There aren't iron blocks to mine and, like, make items like you do in the MCC event. Rather, it just gives you the items instead, which some people might consider that a downside, but considering the limitations of an online server, I think it was a really good idea to implement this rather than have crafting be a thing. I mean this in the sense of, like, you can't communicate, so someone could easily just hog all the armor or something, right? There's also a golden chest in the middle you can get, and when I opened it one time, I didn't get this on video unfortunately, but I opened it one time, there was like netherite gear in there, which I found interesting. But yeah, overall, really good PvP experience. Love the map. I just gotta get better at PvP so I can more fully appreciate this game. To end off the video, a couple of other things I'd like to say that I really appreciate about MCC Island. One thing is the whole user interface. It's been very detailed and it's very unique. I really like the style. Queuing into games is really smooth. I'm not sure how they did that. Like, your screen, like, dips to black and comes back and it's like a smooth video transition. I don't know how they did it, but it's really smooth. The island itself is extremely detailed. There's a bunch of shops around. I kind of looked a bit, but there's so much to look at, and it wasn't the point of this video, so I didn't really take time to look around at the island, but there's certainly a lot there to explore if you so feel like it. The only thing I'm really hoping they add to the server is music, because the MCC event is known for its epic music during the games, and at the moment there isn't any music, and I kind of wish for some games like BattleBox, for instance, that there were some tunes going on in the background. It doesn't even have to be the same music as the event, but just having some sort of music in the lobbies or in the games would be really nice. But that should just about do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested in getting on MCC Island itself, I believe they're still sending out invites, so if you head over to their website, I think it's like mccisland.net, or something like that. I'm not too sure. But you can sign up for the email list over there, or you can buy bundles and be able to get onto the island that way. I'm, again, not too sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure they're still sending out invites. If you're wondering about that, you can for sure go over to the MCC Island Twitter account, and they tend to give updates on there on the daily. I'll put the links in the description. But yeah, I get the feeling that this island is going to become a hot spot in the coming weeks. I can just tell these games have been very thought out, the server in general has been, and this has the potential to blow up and be really big. If you did like the video, then please consider giving it a like down below. It really helps me out a lot. And if you didn't like the video, then why are you here? That's kind of, I mean, usually if you don't like a video, you click off before now. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Psst. Also, I'll probably be streaming on here because I'm kind of obsessed. So, yeah, be looking for that maybe in the future or something. Okay, bye now.